We're now going to look at our last scenario to prove triangles congruent. In this section, we've already done angle, side, angle. And now we're going to finish with angle, angle, side. Both seem very similar in the fact that they have two angles and a side, but it's just where is the side located? And the ones that we've already done, the side was located between the two angles. And the ones that we're going to do now, the side is located outside of the two angles. And you can see that with our picture here. Notice BC is the side. It's not in between the two angles. It's not considered the included side. So that's kind of what we're after. We're going to use this example right here to try and illustrate that. So right off the bat, it tells us we know that RQ is congruent to ST and they're also parallel. We need to come up with two angles. You could actually prove this one with either method, either angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side. We're going to try and prove this with angle, angle, side. So in order to do that, we're going to point out these angles right here. Hopefully you recognize those types of angles. Those would be considered vertical angles. So we know that those two angles would be congruent. Angle RUQ, angle RUQ is congruent to angle SUT by vertical angles. Your third step comes off of the idea of parallel lines. So since it tells me RQ is parallel to ST, we should start thinking about our angle relationships. So I'm going to draw out, here is first parallel line, your second parallel line is right there. You can pick either of the other two lines to represent your transversal. In this case, I'm just going to choose this one. You could choose the other one. And since I chose that as my transversal, the angles that we're talking about being congruent would be this one and that one. Those would be considered alternate interior angles. You could use the same thing for the other ones. You could also say angle R is congruent to angle T, also by alternate interior angles. In this case, we're just going to use S and Q. We're going to say angle S is congruent to angle Q by alternate interior angles. And therefore, our triangles should be congruent because now I have my angle, angle, side relationship. So triangle RUQ is congruent to triangle TUS by my angle, angle, side relationship.